And we are live. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the HackSmarter Twitch channel. My name is Tyler. If you're watching this live on Twitch, a special welcome to you. If you're watching this on YouTube, still good to have you taking the time to hang out with me. Let me get Twitch pulled up, make sure everything is good, everything sounds good, everything looks good to you guys. If you can let me know in the chat if everything is good. Checking out the chat, want to say hi to Gar7, hi to Pluto, hi to GP Chandra, good to see you, and hi to Kryptonite702. Hey there, I'm stoked to see what's in store for today. I'm new to your community, so I'm hoping to learn lots. All right. Well, don't set your expectations too high. A little bit about what I do here. For those of you who might be new to my Twitch channel, a lot of content creators, what they do is they solve a box or solve a machine. They write down all their steps, and then they make like a 10-minute walkthrough video, and you're left wondering, like, how the heck did you solve that? How did you come to that conclusion? What I do is we just dive into it. So I have not prepped what I'm going to do ahead of time. I am learning as I go. I'm demonstrating my methodology as I go, and you can watch me get frustrated and knock over my fake brick wall behind me if I get too mad as I go. So hopefully you learn from my mistakes. And what I really like about the live aspect of it is I want you guys and me, we're on a team, right? So we can call ourselves Work Smarter Security. So as we work through each one of these machines, we can treat it like a pen test. And if there's something I don't see that you guys see, please let me know in the chat. So sound off in the chat. I'll keep my eye on the chat as we go through it, and we can see if we can do this together. What we are going to do today, and we are going to spend a little bit of time recapping because we're jumping back into Wincorp, and I will show you what Wincorp is real quick. Let me pull up OBS and share my screen. There we go. So Wincorp, actually I'll jump back out to show you guys how to get to this if you want to follow along. So on TryHackMe, if you click practice, it's this one right here, and let me go to show all series. And you'll see it insane. So we're trying an insane one. And it says we try to make these boxes as lifelike as possible based on our own experiences, frustrations, and amazements. Most of the things you encounter, we have encountered as well, or we have found a shiny new exploit that we have tried out and like to share with you. So I'll go ahead and click Enroll on that. And there's a whole series of rooms here. And I believe what someone told me on Twitch is they all work together. So we really need to take good notes as we enumerate different services and enumerate different accounts. But we are doing the first one, which is free. So even if you don't have an active TryHackMe subscription, you can still join me, and I would encourage you to do so. Work alongside of me. That's one of the best ways you can learn this stuff. Now, I did do one previous stream on this. I think we spent about an hour enumerating things because if you guys remember, there are lots of services running on here. So here's a story. We've gained access to the internal network of Wincorp, the multi-billion-dollar company who, the grammar is a little confusing here, but it means who ran an extensive social media campaign complaining to be unhackable. So much for that claim. Next step would be to take their crown jewels and get full access to their internal network, which means we need to take down their domain controller. You've spotted a new Windows machine that may lead you to your end goal. Can you conquer this end boss and own their internal network? No idea if we can or not, especially based on the rating, but we are going to give it a shot. So let me show you guys my notes so far from the previous stream. I haven't even reviewed them myself, so we all need to review them because I don't remember everything that we did. So you can see, if you see my notes over here, here are all the services running. So when I said there's a lot of services running, there are a lot. I think we spent like the first stream an hour just enumerating open and active services, and I demonstrated how to enumerate like DNS and HTTP and Kerberos and all those things. So if you want to learn more about enumeration, I would encourage you to watch that first recording. It is on my YouTube page, and that's where I walk through kind of my enumeration process on this. One of the most interesting things we found was a password reset functionality on port 80, which is of course the web server. And what it asks for is a username, a secret question, and I don't remember if this is the email or what this was, and then you can click reset. And we did some username enumeration. So if I remember right, there was a list of like staff images or something, or staff contact details. So we grabbed all of that because we know that those are valid emails. I'm just going to glance through each one of these to make sure I'm not missing anything, because I believe we actually got, so we actually got a password after almost rage quitting on stream. So it must have been my first stream. So it looks like we compromised Lily, and her password was Change Me because we were able to reset it. I will have to reset it again because that was on a previous iteration of this box. So we'll go through that process again. Kerberos, if we find valid creds, come back to this. brute force is not a good idea. That's right. So if you guys remember the first one, we managed to lock every user account in the AD network because I made a rookie mistake, something I wouldn't do in a real environment, but because it was a CTF, I knew we could reset it. But if you're in a real environment, you want to be very careful about brute force or password spraying attacks until you know the password lockout policy, because if you don't know that, you can lock out every user account, and that's going to be a bad day for you as a pen tester and a bad day for your client. Well, I didn't check the password policy. I just went YOLO and brute force everything, and boom, I locked every account. Potato said, what CTF are we doing? We are doing Wincorp, which is a series rated as insane on TryHackMe, and we're doing the first box called Raw. We have LDAP. I think we just ran Enum for Linux against it. There's LDAP domain dump that I think Carrot shared on stream, someone who joins us occasionally. SMB, if I remember right, we could not access it. Anonymous access is not allowed. We had another web server running on port 443. What was this? Initial sign-in request or credentials. Well, we have credentials now, so you might want to come back to that. VMRDP, doesn't look like we dug into that. RDP, now we have credentials. Depending on our user's access, we might be able to do that. There is Jabber that was running. If we find valid creds, we can connect with Pigeon. Attempted to create an account, but doesn't seem to actually connect with my account. Okay. JaxFlow, Wildfire, XMP. We have a Jetty web server, which must go with the open fire type stuff. We had SOX 5, no authentication, connection failed. We have open fire admin console. So when I said there's a lot of stuff running on this box, guys, there is a lot of stuff running on this box. So it would be very easy for us to get distracted. And I honestly don't even know if some of these are rabbit holes, if they're all important for the rest of the series, if we need to spend time enumerating each one of them. But let's go ahead and reset the password and see if we can get valid creds. My first thought is to hit this thing with Bloodhound and just see if we can find any cool attack paths. But let's see if we can reset that password again. Oh, I need to specify. Oh, maybe it's going to work. Okay, welcome to our company portal. And I believe there's a few things I needed to add to Etsy host. Let me check my notes again. Pull it up over here. When we were doing DNS, what do we find? We found fire.windcorp.thm and windcorp.thm. Were those the only two things we needed to add to Etsy hosts? I think so. So let's go ahead and do that right now. If we open up our terminal, which I think I already have it open, sudo mousepad Etsy hosts, and I think it might already be in here. We may just need to update the IP. Do we have Wincorp? Oh, and hostmaster.wincorp. So there's a few that we needed to add, and we are at 10.10.0.87 today, right? Yeah, and we see it there. So we'll go ahead and save that, and let's just see if it resolves. So if we go to http windcorp.thm, everything should resolve. I hope now we shouldn't have the loading, because it should be able to load the scripts, because I think it loads the password reset script from a different port if my memory serves me correctly. And you can see it finished loading, and we have this reset password functionality right here where we can type in a username, and we have a security question here. And then I don't know what this field does. Just hit reset. Wrong username and or secret. Oh, that's just where you type in the actual secret. And the way we got that information is if we go down to our staff here, you can see Lily right here has a dog, okay? And if we go up here, which by the way, if you're like, Tyler, how do you know this? I spent an hour doing this and got very mad, and I think someone else looked up a walkthrough and told us how to get initial access. So I did not figure that out on my own. But it is very similar to the Red Team capstone, which I did do, where you are doing user enumeration through a public-facing website, which seems pretty realistic. You can see one of the questions is, what is or was your favorite pet's name? Okay, so then if we go back to Lily, we see she has her little dog thingy. Open image in new tab. Look at the name of the image. We have Lily and Sparky. Well, I'm guessing her name is not Sparky and the dog's name is not Lily, right? So we can assume her name is Lily, L-E, which must be kind of their username format here. If we copy that, I believe that was the username. And then if we go to what is your favorite pet's name, we can do Sparky and click reset. Okay, so we did successfully change your password. So from here, we have a valid user. Your password has been reset to this. And I think I already... Oh, that's just my phone telling me to pick up my daughter from school. But yo, it's summertime. My daughter's not in school right now. One time, guys, fun story. When I first started my pen testing role, I was so focused on like one of my first assessments that I totally forgot to get my daughter from school, like till 20 minutes later. And the school texted me like, hey, you going to come pick her up? I was like, oh, shoot. I don't normally neglect my kids, but when I do, it's because I'm distracted by trying to hack something. Let's see. I think I recorded this. Yeah, Lily changed me 1234, same password. So we have valid creds. Now with valid creds, we can do a lot more enumeration. One thing would be seeing if we can fully authenticate to the domain with these creds. You know, does this only update like creds on the web server, or is there connection here built with AD replication so that when it updates here, is it replicating over to AD? Would be a question I have when I first see this. And here's where we're picking up fresh. Everything from this point on is brand new. So far, we kind of recap what I did in the first stream. So let's see what we can figure out. We'll close this out. And if I go to TryHackMe, do I have a folder for this? Yep, Wincorp. Beautiful CD-RAW. So we have users.txt. Let's mousepad and we'll just call it lilylee creds.txt, and we'll just drop that information in there. Pull it up on my OneNote. And we'll drop it in just like that. Save that. Okay, beautiful. Now we could try a few things. So the first thing I want to try is let's just try Bloodhound Python. And what Bloodhound Python is going to do is we can usually get loot if we can hit the domain controller, which we can, and we might be able to map out an AD attack path. No idea if this will actually work, and I don't actually know if I have to specify her full, like at Wincorp, whatever. I don't even remember the domain. If we look at... I think if you hover your mouse over here, we can see fire.windcorp.thm. And is Lily on here? No. So fire.windcorp.thm. If this doesn't work, I want to check out that chat thing again, which I'll probably have to set back up. I don't even remember how I did that, but we'll figure it out together. I actually just posted my syntax for Bloodhound. I'm going to pull it up in my notes. And this is from when I did the Red Team Capstone Challenge. So I do want to say this. If you don't want a spoiler on the Red Team Capstone Challenge, close your eyes and shut off your speakers. It's not really that big of a spoiler, but you might see my other notes from when I completed the Red Team Capstone Challenge. So I'm warning you again. All right, this is your only warning. You're going to get a spoiler to Trimento because I'm going to go through my notes and they aren't quite organized yet. So if you do not want a spoiler to the Red Team Capstone Challenge, which I think closes in a few days, don't look. All right, there's your warning. If we go here are my notes from the Red Team Capstone Challenge. I believe I had some issues getting Bloodhound Python to work, but I found a syntax that worked well for me. So I just want to grab that syntax down. Where the heck is the syntax? Am I blind? Here it is. Would use proxy chains. We don't have to use proxy chains now. So I'm going to copy that. And if we pull up, I think I have just some running notes here. Okay, let's turn on word wrap. Can I zoom in for you guys? View, is there a zoom? You think I would just be able to do control and zoom, but apparently not. How about control plus? Oh, that zooms too much. All right, you guys will live. You can see it good enough. Okay, so we have to update a few things here. Remember, it's Wincorp. Actually, I already forgot the email or the domain. What was it called? fire.windcorp.thm. All right. fire.windcorp.thm. I'm Rye, though, said, hey, Ty, what box are you working on? What's up? Did we forget something? Hey, guys, I am working on Raw, which is part of the Wincorp series on TryHackMe, the first box. You probably did miss something because this is the second stream of me working through this box, but still, hang around. You might learn something through the process. The first stream, I spent about an hour enumerating the different services that are open, and you can find that on my YouTube page. What was her name? Leela, something weird. Let's go back to our box. I'm just going to pull this to my other screen. I know you guys can't see it. But LYLYLYLE. And then we have our password, which is change me 1 2 3 4. We're going to point this at the domain controller for the name server, since we just have one machine here. Okay. That all looks good to me, and this might fail. This might not be the attack path, and I don't even remember where I put Bloodhound. Is it here? Oh, that's the actual Bloodhound we need. There we go. So let's go to home, Tyler, TryHackMe, Wincorp, raw, and we'll copy just one of these. Just copy this one. Okay, now if we take that syntax, let's see if it works. Okay, nope. Python error though. It's not actually built in, right? Partially initialized module Bloodhound has no attribute main, most likely due to a circular import. Okay. Can I just run this? What if I just go like this? And I think I would just have to copy the whole directory over maybe, and that would fix it. But let's see if this works. There we go. That works too. Okay, failed to get Kerberos ticket guarding ticket, falling back to NTLM authentication error, Kerberos session error, cannot find domain controller. Consider specifying a domain and or a DNS server. Well, this is the domain controller. Fire.windcorp.thm. I wonder if there's a different way to do it when it's like this. I have some notes in my GitHub. I'm just going to pull those up real quick. Actually log into GitHub on my main machine, and then I'll show it to you guys. Let's see, offensive security, bloodhound.sh. So here are the notes from my GitHub. All right, so similar, it would be bloodhound.py. See if this is any different. So we have -d, we have our domain, username, password, GC domain again. I don't know why. And every time I use Bloodhound Python, I always have to do some weird thing to make it work. But it's probably just my noobery coming through. Just going to specify this stuff. Change me. And then we're passing it the domain again, eh? And then we're passing the IP address 10.10.0.87. Okay. Let's give this a shot. Oh, so this was the issue I had, and that's why I fixed it with the other one. Oh, all right, let me pull up Twitch. See if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, we're just going to move on and keep enumerating. Because this just may not be the way to go. Do I have the wrong IP? I don't think so. It's right here. See? I did that right. 10.10.0.87. See, I don't think wrong IP. Could try like. Okay, yeah, I didn't think that would work. All right, maybe Bloodhound Python isn't the way to go about this room. which would kind of make sense because we have so many services running. Maybe I have to do something else. Maybe my user doesn't have that good of rights. We can try enum for Linux using Lily's creds. Just need to remember the syntax. So if we pull up our notes, we'll just get the syntax down first, and then we'll copy it in. So enum for Linux is going to be enum for Linux, and then we're going to pass it. How do we authenticate? -u for user, Lily like that, and then is it -p for password, change me. All right. What's our target? Do we just aggressive, verbose, do an NBM lookup, get print information, users that exist on the remote system? We could do that, but we should be able to get a list of users. This is just seeing if this is correct. Oh, then we just specify the IP. Can I just go like that? Let's see if it works. Do. Oh no. Oh, it allows sessions. Okay. So we do know that those are valid creds. Good to know. All right. So server wincorp.thm allows sessions using our username and our password, but it doesn't give us any more information. If we try to authenticate with like SMB, oh gosh, is it you? I don't remember the syntax for SMB client. And when you don't know the syntax or something, remember what we do. We ask our friend. Maybe. Okay, how do I authenticate using SMB client in Linux with a username and password to an IP? All right, we'll see if ChatGPT is actually accurate this time, because I swear half the time it's not, although that does look like the correct syntax, what I see here. Well, I think I have to use the IP. All right, SMB, passing the IP 0.87. And let's just list files and see if we're able to. -u is, right? Why does she have to have such a weird spelled name? Lil, Y-L-E. Okay. And then the change me password. Beautiful. So we can connect to it. Let's go ahead and take note of that real quick. We'll copy that and we'll pull up our notes for this engagement, and let's just drop it into SMB. So we have access as Lily. And if we look at this, a few things stand out to me, right? So we need to, here's our to-do list for right now. Check shared, check users. There might be scripts in the other things, but I doubt it. I'm going to check those two things first. And the way that we are going to do that is, we'll go back to this command. We'll just take the L out of it. And we'll say, whoops, shared like that. The heck, flag1.text? Is there a flag called flag1.text? Oh, shoot. That might be the first flag. What do you mean error opening remote file? Okay, we got it. And then we have this Spark stuff. I guess let's go ahead and get all of it. Can I do a wild card? I don't remember. No. Sure, there's a much faster way to do this. Oh, wait, no, these are massive file sizes. Hold up. We don't want to do that. Look how big those are. But we do know Spark 2.83. Let's ask. So this might be Apache Spark. Maybe. Well, we have a flag. Whoops, not there. There's our first flag, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful. So at least we know we're in somewhat of the right spot. We got our first flag thrown in there. I'm not going to download these because of the massive file sizes. I think that's just telling us like it is running Spark 2.8.3 maybe on one of the web servers. We'll grab this. I don't even know if that's a thing. Oh, no, that's the IM client. Yeah, okay, that's might be where I recognize it from. We're enumerating the IM client, which is, I think you can use Spark to connect to this chat stuff, which is what I was trying to do before, but I didn't have credentials, so I wasn't able to really connect. We got the first flag. Let's go, before we get distracted by too many things, let's see if there's anything interesting in users. But hey, we at least have something, yo. We got the first flag. I'll take that as my success for the day. Oh, and look at all those users. What weird usernames. I think those match up to the usernames that we had before. We can just grab all of those, and we'll see. I don't think we probably have access to many of these, but I bet that's about the same. For now, I'm just going to copy them all down. We'll format it and play with it later. Jab Dozma said, is it possible to stream at 1080p as I couldn't catch the last capstone stream and I watched it full on YouTube, but the 720p was not pleasant to watch? Yeah, I mean, is this streaming? How is this streaming right now? Let me check. Oh, it's only streaming in 720p? I did finish the capstone. I wonder why this is only streaming in 720p. I wonder if I have a weird thing on my end. Output scaled resolution. Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry about that. I will next time I stream, I'll change it. I think it's just a setting in OBS I need to switch around. That must have got reset at some point in time because usually it's 1080p, but I must have reset it on accident. So yeah, I'll fix that for the next ones. But yes, I did finish the red team capstone. What was I doing? Oh, we were looking at this. Just go for administrator. What? Okay, I figured I couldn't do it. Who is Lily on here? You guys see Lily? I don't see Lily. Okay, so we don't have access to really much of anything here. Not even public. But we do have more username enumeration. So if we didn't get all of our users from before, we at least have them from this. Okay, and that doesn't help us. We'll make sure there wasn't anything strange hidden in there. So let's go ahead and pull up our notes and just make note of that. Okay, and we almost need to re-enumerate each one of these things now that we have credentials. HTTP, there wasn't a login thing there. There's just a reset thing. And if we go SMB, we already kind of enumerated. HTTPS asked us for credentials when we try to access it. Let's go ahead and check that out. All right. Hey, it gave me access. Slowly. Transferring data. Windows Admin Center? What? How the heck is Lily an admin? Well, let's see what this looks like once it loads. It's being quite slow. It's not like trying to load a domain I don't have in Etsy host, is it? Do. No. I guess I'll just let it hang out. We'll grab this as a screenshot and we'll just add it to our notes. Here we'll say yeah, it's still just hanging. You know, sometimes it does that because it's trying to load something that I haven't saved to Etsy host, so it can't like hit it, but I don't think it. Oh, here we go. What's the code say? Begin localized string injection, starting Windows Admin Center. Okay. Don't know if that'll do anything. Might be something for us to come back to if it ever loads. We'll just let it do its thing in the background. Let me close some of these extra tabs. And let's keep enumerating some of these other services. And once again, just kind of work our way through this list and see what we are able to find. I don't know what that is. We're going to ignore that for now. RDP. Do you think we can RDP as Lily? That would be pretty nice, wouldn't it? I mean, if she has access to the Windows Admin Center, one would think that that might be a possibility. Cannot connect. Okay. Do not think we have RDP access as Lily. Second, y'all, just checking any messages from work. Shout out to Rhino for allowing me to hang out with you guys. I finished up my pen test report for the week, and so wanted to jump on stream, hang out with you guys. I will say I'm going camping, y'all. Hopefully you guys have some sweet weekend plans as soon as I'm off work. Taking my daughter tent camping, so I'll be hanging out in a tent in a few days away from computers, which will be nice. Let's keep working through the list. Now, Jabber, here's where it's going to be interesting. Ignite real-time open fire, which goes back to maybe what we were looking at before, Jabber server 3.10.0 or later. We have the DNS information here. If we can find credentials, we can connect with Pigeon. Attempted to create an account, but doesn't seem to actually connect with my account. Okay. So Pigeon must have been what we were using before. Gar7 said, nice. Rhino sounds familiar. I feel like I know someone who works there. You do. You know me. No. Yeah, Rhino Security Labs is awesome. We've developed CloudGoat, which is a vulnerable AWS environment. I have a whole series going through CloudGoat scenarios that teach AWS pen testing. We developed Paku, which is, I believe, officially in the Kali repository, which is kind of like Metasploit for the cloud. Bunch of cool research, bunch of CVEs. Everyone on the team is way smarter than me, but I'm slowly learning. I'm just a noob associate web app pen tester. I don't do anything cool, super cool yet, but one day I'll get there. But it is an incredible team, incredible place to work. Really, really happy that I landed there. Oh, look, Windows Admin Center is actually loading. Maybe it's just going to take a while. Maybe it's because I added extensions. I don't know. We'll let that thing keep doing its thing. What were we doing? Pigeon? I installed this before, I think. Jesus, I might be saying your name wrong. If I am, I apologize. Said, hello, Tyler, how you doing? What tool are you using to keep notes? I'm using OneNote. Well, I do a couple of things, right? So when I'm like on my box, I use, this is just Visual Studio Code just for syntax so I can see it easier, than I'll copy and paste it into my terminal. And then for my actual note taking, I use OneNote, which you can see. I enjoy OneNote. You can see all the boxes I've done. In each box, I explain each attack path that I took. I have notes on Windows Privesk, AD notes. I mean, I have my whole hacking guide right here, where I walk through Windows, Linux, Active Directory, pivoting, web hacking, all notes that I've compiled and that I'm still adding to. This is actually Hack the Box Academy that I was working on before. And yeah, so these are all my personal notes. Yo, Pigeon, why isn't Pigeon loading? Do you guys see Pigeon open? Pigeon. Okay, here we go. We got Pigeon here. So here's where I was attempting to create my own account, but let's create it as Lily. And because we could enumerate to SMB, it seems that there is what's called AD replication between the web server and the Active Directory environment. They are connected. So if we reset a user's password in the web server, it's replicated to the AD environment, so then we can compromise their account fully. Someone asked, would I mind sharing my notes? Let me actually send you. LXC, one of my friends on Discord, actually compiled the notes and put them on GitHub so they're easier for people to use. I just dropped a link to that over in the Twitch. It's my notes plus some of his notes. So yeah, you can find my notes there. Would encourage you, though, take your own notes. It's one of the best ways that you can learn, but feel free to use mine to supplement your own notes. And our password here, change me, #1234. That works. Was there anything? We have the domain, which should resolve based on Etsy hosts. Connect port, I think that's the right port. Yep, you can see the port there. Connect server. I don't know if to fill that in or if it will do it automatically. We could just grab this. Proxy, voice and video. Save. I thought I modified it. You guys saw me modify it, right? There we go. How do I connect? Is there a connect button? Add. What do I do now? Oh, create. The heck does Pigeon work? Who uses Pigeon? Oh, did I miss enable? Where's enable? Is there an enable option? Save. Close. What the heck? Left side the checkbox. Now it's not even opening for me. Is there an alternative to Pigeon? Hex chat? Do I have this? Let's give Hex chat a try. GP Chandra said, Tyler, please check on my request. What request? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, did you message me or something? Okay, here's Hex chat. Here's different networks. Was 6697 open? He said yes in Discord private message. Okay, I'll check when I get a chance. I get lots and lots of messages, so it's hard for me to reply to them. I wonder if I change this to 522. Oh, can I not edit it? Yeah. Add. Oh. Well, that didn't do anything for me. 5222. Use SSL. Let's accept invalid. We don't need to use SSL. Connect to this selected server only. Login method. How do I enter a username? If we just keep it as default. Join hackers. I don't know if I'm actually connected. I never typed in like a username or password yet. You guys can see I didn't use IRC back in the day. I'm not hacker enough to use IRC. Huh. Let's try Pigeon again. I could have swore I had Pigeon working before. Why does it not open? I have no idea. You guys know why? Anyone in Twitch know why? We'll tell Pigeon won't open. I do launch Pigeon that way. I'm not going to restart my system. We could reinstall it, I guess. I could have swore I had Pigeon working before. Nope, ChatGPT. Pigeon's broken. Pigeon sucks. I don't like pigeons. Oh, hold up. Empathy supports Jabber. That's what we're trying to use. Do I have empathy? It's a weird question, isn't it? How do I install empathy? don't think it works that way, bro. No, bruh, Pigeon sucks. I want empathy. How do I download empathy? XChat. Yo, how can we get Windows Admin Center still chilling? This is just a way to make us feel like we're going to pwn it, but we're not going to. What's conversation? Designed for the KDE desktop environment. Okay. All right. We can try that. See, guys, this is the part of content creators you don't see with their 10-minute walkthroughs. It's trying to find a stupid IRC chat client that actually works. I'm sure the other ones work just fine. I'm just using them wrong. Let me just clarify that. It's usually user error when something doesn't work for me. Slowly downloading. Just curious, for those of you in chat, how many of you guys have done the Red Team Capstone Challenge? And if you've done it, what did you think of it? I'd be curious. I really enjoyed it personally. Okay, we have conversation here. We have our server list. What if I do new? And so we don't have port 667 open, right? We're using Jabber. Just want to double check. We have Wildfire XMPP. And we have Jabber. At least it gives us some verbose output so we might know what's failing. Gar said, I don't have a THM streak. Thinking of picking up the business license, so to give it a try. I haven't decided yet. So the business license is kind of hard. You can't just like pay for one. I think it's what, $40 a month. But you need a minimum of 5 seats, right? So you can't just get a personal business license. But I want one as well. And I have, I think, 3 of us who are interested in a business license. Actually, 2 of us, but Amoeba Man, the one who created the network, offered to sponsor a seat. So I have 3 seats covered. So if you do get interested in a business license, I'm just looking for 2 more people, and I'm going to establish my own HackSmarter business and just get a business license that way. So if you're interested, dude, if you have me on Discord or something, message me, and you can be the 4th person. We just need 1 more person to sign up. I don't get these clients. How do I know if I'm actually connected? Like, what if I do? So it found the server, but I'm not being prompted for credentials at all. What if I do, so just for testing, so we're just going to make a totally fake server because I'm curious what it does here. Okay, so host not found. All right, so if it's not a real server, it doesn't work. So we're on here. They said, Cheese Monkey said, have they disclosed what's better in business versus paid? Here's what I know so far. With business, You get full access to the Red Team Capstone Challenge. Honestly, in and of itself, that's almost worth it. There's numerous attack paths. I just want to dive into it. You also get a full AWS pen testing pathway that I want to try out. So I know for sure those are the two things only available to business customers. I'm not sure what else. I haven't had access to the business platform, but I know they're actively working on the business platform. The heck? How do these things work? How do I connect with the username? What? Oh man, this is gonna be rough. Like, ooh, identity. Hold up. Oh. Okay. Now can I change this to Lily? No, I want to be Lily. No, I want to be Lily. Cheese Monkey said, I'd pay for some of that. Been watching Al for the red team stuff since I botched my streak. Yeah, dude. Well, if you go to my YouTube, I have an 8-video series where I completed the red team capstone from beginning to end. I even got this red team capstone shirt to prove it. I don't understand what's up with this. I'm pretty sure we need to figure out how to exploit this. Yeah, so if you just search for Tyler Ramsbey Cheese Monkey, you'll be able to find it on YouTube. My sweet hacker name, which is also my real name. Obviously, I have terrible OPSEC. What's this? What was on OpenFire Admin Council? I mean, all right, I'm done with this IRC crap. If I have to use that to hack it, I'm looking at a walkthrough. I don't understand how it works. Lily, change me 1 2 3 4. Okay, well, we can't access that. I'm actually really frustrated about this IRC thing. I bet that's the way you have to freaking pwn this network, and I can't get it to work. What's this? All right, let's back up. So Jabber, we'll add that as our note for Jabber. Jaxflow, Wildfire. Oh, try Dino. It's a Jabber client. Okay. Can I just install it? You posted the GitHub. Let's check out the GitHub. Do you know how to use Dino? Let's see. Let's see how this works. So actually it looks maintained, so that's a good sign. My goal is I want to access Lily's chat to see if there's just any interesting accounts. What's a JID? Okay, or specify a server address. Let's just grab this IP. That's fine. I don't care if it's not trusted. How do I ignore that? So Dino doesn't work with this apparently. You guys said Rocket Chat? What the heck is that built into Kali? Is there an IRC client here? Just hex chat and conversation. Oh, what the heck is this? Okay, let's just give this a shot. Heck yeah, now we're real hackers, yo. Real hackers use the command line. None of this gooey stuff. Real hackers probably don't consult. Oh, what? What do you mean unknown command? That's what the robot told me to do. Help. Commands. Is there a server command? PRS server. Yeah. I'm gonna knock down this brick wall behind me pretty soon. Why? Nothing happens. I hate all IRC clients. Let's use MSN Messenger at this point. This doesn't do anything, dog. Server IP. Unknown command. You stupid robot. Yeah, no crap, it was incorrect. Why didn't you tell me that in the first place? Oh, we got a connection. Okay, now how do I log in? You can use the following command to authenticate. I bet this is wrong too. Quote. Place password, the actual password for your IRC username. Note, the exact syntax and commands for authentication may vary. The quote nixserv identify command is commonly used. I don't understand this command. Nixserv, is that my... How do I put in the username? Look, even ChatGPT doesn't understand how to freaking use the IRC clients. What? It's not even close, dog. We're not connected to the server anymore. What is going on here? Yeah, I would like you to actually help me. You're just giving me wrong commands. I'm done. I'm done with IRC. Get out. Huh, okay, whatever. I can't enumerate that anymore. IRC obviously isn't going to work. If that's the way we're looking at a walkthrough. I'm done trying to do that. And now we have this wildfire XMPP. Isn't that IRC too? Like, why doesn't Pigeon open? That's why this thing is rated as insane, because you have to use these outdated clients that don't freaking open or work. Like, how do I connect to... None of them work. Hex chat's the best? Is that what people say? How the heck do I use hex chat? So we have this. If I edit this. Oh, maybe I can do this. Hold up. How do I save this now? Did that save it? Yeah? I don't care if it's SSL. I told you to ignore SSL, you dumb thing. Now what do I do? Edit? Oh, don't use SSL. You scrub. Connected, now logging in. List. Do you guys actually use IRC? Some of you are going off in the chat like you actually use this. If you do, I'm impressed. You're more of a elite hacker than I am. Do you, Donkey? Man, I'm going to have you jump on stream and show us how to use it. Open Hex Chat. If Hex Chat is open, you'll see the network list. The network list dialog, you see a list of networks on the left side. After selecting the network, you'll see a list of channels. Bro, I don't see a list of channels. No, there's no list of channels. You guys see a list of channels? I used to use I never used IRC. I wasn't really too big into computers. Like I remember using AIM and AOL Messenger and MSN Messenger, which is IRC for noobs. And then I used Ventrilo and TeamSpeak all the time in my old school gaming days. All right, what if we change this port? So we have that wildfire on 5269. 5269. What if I just do that? And then hit connect. Where's the channels? People over in chat are saying, I forgot about Vent. Yeah, dude, TeamSpeak and Ventrilo. That's when I was on computers all the time. I used to play the original Call of Duty. So not like Modern Warfare. I mean the OG PC only Call of Duty, and then the Call of Duty United Offensive. That was kind of my introduction to FPSs on computer anyways. Medal of Honor, those kind of games, CS 1.6. I remember when I started playing CS Source, I was amazed that VoIP was built into the game. Like that blew my mind in CS Source, that you could talk to your teammates without being on TeamSpeak or Ventrilo. Oh man, MyGot? Yeah, Donkey mentioned MyGot. I remember MyGot, dude. Didn't you have to bake a cake to join MyGot? Like that was the thing. If you wanted to join MyGot, you had to bake a cake that said MyGot owns me or something silly. Donkey said he is MyGot. Oh man, he's gonna take me down. All right, we're done with IRC. We've at least got one flag so far. I have just a little bit longer I can hang out with you guys. Then I got to jump off. But everyone's like, why don't you go back to Wincorp? This is why I don't go back to Wincorp. There's so much freaking crap running, which that's the part that's not realistic. Oh, my wife's calling me. I'm on stream. Hold on. We're going on a break. Sorry, guys, I'm back. I'm taking my daughter camping, as I shared before. And so when I get off work, I'm going camping, and they're on their way home from shopping, and she was asking me about supper. And I told her, yo, we're eating hot dogs at the campground, because that's what real people do. Man, good chat over on there. No, I don't have to go yet. I'm technically working, so I'm not like off work or anything. But okay, let's see what else we can do in the little bit of time that I have left. So we have, what was running on here? Open Fire HTTP binding service. So that's not going to help us much. We have this SOX 5, like some type of proxy. Do we actually get prompted for something? Is it prompt for credentials or no? No, I wonder if you have to pass it like in a curl request. We have the Open Fire admin cancel. What the heck is XML mail? Let's look into XML mail a little bit. Can I just use an email client? Oh, yo. Don't tell me that's with IRC as well. What's this all mean? Yeah, so I just told you. Bruh, you are my documentation. That's what I'm trying to do, is consult the documentation. Can I just use, let's just try connecting to it with the mail client. Oh, shoot. Don't look. Oh, good. I don't think it'll connect, because that might have the flags for the Red Team Capstone Network. I don't want to give away the flags, but it looks like we're good. So what if we change this to fire.windcorp.thm? This doesn't work. This isn't mail, though. Like, this wouldn't work. There's not IMAP or anything running. Just a guy said, all good streamers dox themselves, don't worry. I can't really dox myself when I don't use a streamer name. Like, y'all can Google me. There's no doxing involved if I don't hide my identity, right? Isn't that like the pro tip? Gosh. Guys, there's just what I was saying before my wife called me. The one thing why does this not close? The one thing I don't like about this network, and people are asking me why I don't go back to it, this isn't realistic, okay? I'm not a fan of CTFs that are very CTF-y. And here's what's not realistic about that. You're not running these services on a domain controller, right? Like, you don't have all these open services on a domain controller. This would make more sense if like these are multiple machines and we're like exploiting one machine and then setting up like proxy chains or pivoting to get to the next machine. You're not running all of this on your domain controller. That it just doesn't make sense. Some like you wouldn't be running a web server. You maybe DNS, Kerberos, LDAP, SMB. That makes sense up to that point, but all these silly IRC client crap. What enterprise is using IRC clients on their domain controller to communicate with each other? That's what's frustrating about this. Like using this obscure IRC clients. And then you have this weird like Windows Manager thing here. So here's what we're going to do. Let's just look at a walkthrough until we're not stuck anymore. And I used to think looking at walkthroughs was losing, but you just look at it till you're no longer stuck and then go from there. I'm going to skim through here because I don't want to see too much. One of these, okay. And that's what we did, Lily and Spark, right? We reset our password. And we reset the password. Yeah, so we did all that. Where do we sign in? That's what I was trying to figure out. We use SMB, right? That's how we got the first flag. You see the flag and some executables. I use SMB client to download these files. Well, yeah, because that's a huge file. Of course, you can run into timeout issues. That's why I didn't. Is there really a point of downloading the Debian client? Maybe that's. Oh, shoot. That's what I need to connect to these freaking IRC is that Debian client on the SMB server. You have to be joking me. Oh, my goodness. Whatever. It was shared, right? Oh, I typed the password wrong. Hold up. How did I do this before? What was my syntax? Let me look at how I did this. Okay, I see. So, SMB client 10.10.0.87-u Lily yeah, maybe I should put okay, and then it's gonna time out. Fix this by adding a T, timeout. Oh, when I connect, I have to do that crap? All right. -T 500. How dumb. Box being complex just for the sake of jumping specific hoops that have zero logic and never present in real life. Yeah, dude, that's what drives me crazy about these. That's what I really liked about the Red Team Capstone Challenge. It was complex, but it also made sense. Like all the attack vectors in the Red Team Capstone Challenge were realistic that you might actually see in the real world. This, on the other hand, like I think someone said, yeah, Cheese Monkey said someone is using Windows Server as their own computer, basically. Probably Twitter. That's awesome. Okay, did we actually get it? All right. Sudo regarding blah, blah, blah. Predependency problem. Can I just do this? How the frick do I install those? It doesn't work, scrub. Why? Am I using Kali as a main OS on a VM? On a VM, my main OS is Windows 11. Well, it feels like being overly complex. Oh well, guys, I have to jump off. In part 2 of Wincorp, will I come back to Wincorp? I have no idea if I'll come back to Wincorp because every time I come to Wincorp, I get frustrated. I might do a different network in my next stream. Maybe I'll come back to it. We at least got flag 1. That's to count for something. But flag 2 and flag 3, I might just leave them uncaught. I don't know. I have not had fun on Wincorp. And maybe the other ones are better. So like there's a whole series on here. And like if these machines are anything like this one with IRC, I will lose my mind and rage quit on stream. Grass says, well, how come you're not using as main OS? Kali's not really built to be a main OS. Ubuntu would make more sense. But I game, and I have NVIDIA graphic cards, and they don't work well with Linux. There's open source stuff that you can make work, but I had Ubuntu as my main OS for a while, and I got it somewhat working for gaming, but it's just not as good. So like the computer I stream with, this one right here, is like a desktop fancy computer, all the cool gaming stuff. And it works fine as a VM. But okay, guys. Been hanging out with you for an hour and 20 minutes. We got one flag. We got 0 flags in the first stream. So we won something. Hopefully you learned something through just our methodology and querying ChatGPT and yelling at ChatGPT and all that good stuff. If you live in the US, this is a holiday weekend. So hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I will be back on stream sometime next week, likely Wednesday night. And likely not Wincorp, because Wincorp just frustrates me. Maybe one day I'll come back to it, but I think I'm going to do a different box. Every time I come to Wincorp, I get mad. So, guys, thank you, though, for hanging out. Hopefully you learned something, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.